Birds are something you probably see almost every day, depending on where you live. They're a normal part of the environment, a vital piece of the natural world, and, just like us, come in every shape, size, and color imaginable. Most of the time, it's totally harmless to be around birds or even interact with them. But then, there are those rare moments when doing that is a seriously bad idea. As in, you could get injured if you cross paths with the wrong ones. So, from griffin vultures to the hooded pitahui, here are 15 dangerous birds you should run away from. Number 15. The bone-eating bearded vulture. Bearded vultures already sound intense, but the bone-eating kind takes things to a new level. Also known as lammergeiers, these birds don't just scavenge meat, they feast on bones. They'll grab large bones mid-flight, rise to incredible altitudes, and then drop them onto rocks just to crack them open and slurp up the marrow. What's even weirder, they'll smear blood from their meals onto their feathers, intentionally. This dye job isn't random, it's a flex. It shows dominance and may even help them intimidate rivals or attract mates. Found across mountainous regions in Europe, Asia, and Africa, these vultures are aerodynamic beasts with wingspans that stretch over 9 feet. Rumors have swirled about them attacking children, but those are more myth than fact. Still, their vibe is pure menace. Any bird that deliberately paints itself in blood is not one to approach. In the world of scavengers, the bearded vulture is part goth, part gladiator, and all business. Number 14. The vampire finch. The vampire finch isn't a myth. It's very real, and it's as disturbing as it sounds. Found on the Galapagos Islands, this bird is a tiny evolutionary nightmare. While most finches snack on seeds and insects, this one feeds on blood. Yes, actual blood. It targets larger seabirds like the Nazca booby, landing on their backs and pecking at their skin until it draws blood. Even more unsettling, the victims often tolerate it. Over time, the vampire finch has evolved a specialized beak perfect for slicing into flesh. While blood isn't their only meal, they'll eat regular food too. It's become a reliable source of nutrients on islands where options are limited. Their name isn't a gimmick, it's a warning. These finches didn't just adapt to survive, they adapted to exploit. And unlike other blood-feeding creatures that use stealth, these birds are bold about it. If you're a bird lover, this one might make you rethink your favorite list. It's cute, until it's not. Number 13. The griffin vulture. The griffin vulture isn't exactly something you'll run into during your morning walk, but if you ever do, don't get any closer. With its massive frame and haunting stare, this bird has a presence that screams danger. Native to parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa, it's one of Europe's largest flying birds, and that size isn't just for show. Griffin vultures are scavengers, usually going after already dead animals. But what people don't often realize is that they've been known to speed things up by attacking creatures that are weak or near death. Yeah, they play the long game, but they're not above making their own luck. Their strength in flight is unmatched, and when they circle overhead, it's not a good sign. Even worse, these birds sometimes move in groups, and when a whole flock descends, it's usually bad news for whatever's below. The only silver lining? They won't come after you unless you look like carrion. Still, best not to take chances. Number 12. Herring gull. They look like just another gull at the beach, until they don't. Herring gulls are anything but casual seaside birds. They've carved out their territory from coastlines to landfills, fish markets to picnic spots, and even inner cities. These birds adapt fast, scavenge smarter than you'd think, and they're not picky. Their menu includes everything from bugs and shellfish to other birds' eggs, and sometimes the birds themselves. They'll raid nests, chase off predators, and occasionally cannibalize their own kind. They build their nests in places predators can't reach, like island outcrops or isolated hummocks, turning safety into an advantage. Their size alone gives them presence, but it's their aggression that earns them this spot. Herring gulls are opportunistic, and when they band together, they can easily overwhelm smaller animals or people dumb enough to try taking food near them. Call them scavengers, sure, but they're more like winged bullies with zero boundaries. We say just one thing: respect the gull or regret it. Number 11. Peregrine falcon. Speed is its weapon, and the peregrine falcon has no rival in that department. When it's locked onto a target, there's no outrunning it, because it's already airborne and coming in at over 200 miles per hour. That kind of dive isn't just fast, it's lethal. A mid-air strike from a peregrine can knock birds out of the sky instantly. Their bodies are streamlined for the kill, their vision is unmatched, and they use height as a launch pad to punish anything below. They've adapted to a massive range of environments: coastal cliffs, urban skyscrapers, open fields. Wherever there's prey, they make it work. While they don't usually target people, they've attacked drones, pets, and in rare cases humans who unknowingly walked near a nest. Their territorial nature combined with aerial dominance makes them a bird you respect from a distance. When a creature's natural top speed beats most sports cars, the smartest move is to not challenge it at all. Number 10. The hooded pitohui. Most people have never even heard of the hooded pitohui, but in Papua New Guinea, this bird is infamous for one freaky reason: it's toxic. Unlike most birds that rely on sharp beaks or claws to defend themselves, the bird has poison embedded in its skin and feathers. That poison is the same compound found in poison dart frogs, batrachotoxin, one of the deadliest substances on Earth. The story behind its discovery is wild. In 1989, ornithologist Jack Dumbacher handled one, then accidentally touched his mouth. Seconds later, his lips went numb. Turns out the bird gets its toxicity from a specific beetle it eats. So the pitohui isn't naturally poisonous. It becomes dangerous through diet. The real kicker? You could suffer serious harm just by touching it. It doesn't bite, it doesn't claw, it just exists. And that's enough to keep people away. Number 9. Mute swan. The elegance of a mute swan is easy to admire until you get too close. With pure white feathers and long arched necks, they've become symbols of grace in art and ballet. But reality tells a different story. These birds weigh over 30 pounds and carry a level of territorial rage that's hard to believe until you've witnessed it. In North America especially, they're known to dominate lakes and ponds by pushing out other wildlife, destroying native habitats, and eating massive amounts of aquatic plants. What truly sets them off, though, is intrusion. Step near their nest or young, and they'll rush you with full force, wings beating, hissing, and striking with alarming precision. Their aggression has caused serious injuries, and there are even records of fatal encounters. Despite the name, mute doesn't mean peaceful. It means they don't call out. Their fury isn't loud, it's fast, blunt, and relentless. Beauty with brawn, and absolutely zero chill. Number 8. The African oxpecker. The African oxpecker seems harmless at first glance. You'll spot them riding on large animals like buffalo, elephants, or hippos across sub-Saharan Africa. It looks like they're doing a favor, eating ticks and bugs off their massive hosts. That's symbiosis, right? Not exactly. These birds lean more toward parasites than partners. Sure, they start off removing pests, but when the buffet runs dry, they don't hesitate to switch to flesh. They've been seen pecking at open wounds on their host animals, digging into skin, and drinking blood. What starts as pest control quickly turns into something more sinister. Oxpeckers can prolong healing by constantly feeding on injuries, causing pain and infection. And they don't stop unless the animal manages to shake them off. This twisted freeloading has earned them a sketchy reputation. So next time you see one of these cleaners, just remember, they're not just hitchhikers, they're opportunists and mean. Number 7. Crowned eagle. Among Africa's raptors, the crowned eagle holds a reputation for raw force. It's not the biggest eagle on the continent, but that hardly matters when you factor in what it's built to do. With stocky legs and a muscular frame, this bird can snatch prey multiple times its size, including monkeys and small antelopes. Its talons are brutal, especially the oversized rear claw that pierces with surgical precision. A single strike can crush a spine, and once the grip is in, there's little escape. Known for ambush-style attacks in dense forest cover, they hunt quietly and with unnerving accuracy. Sometimes they even team up in pairs, calling out in sharp bursts before launching in for the takedown. Human attacks are extremely rare, but not impossible. Locals in some regions have long shared stories about this eagle's power, and it's not hard to see why. One glance at those legs and claws tells you all you need to know. Nothing escapes if it's chosen. Number 6. Red-tailed hawk. Recognized across North America, the red-tailed hawk might be common, but it's not a bird to underestimate. Its distinct shriek has become a staple in film soundtracks, but behind the dramatic voice is a fiercely territorial hunter. Red-tailed hawks often perch on poles or trees, scanning wide-open areas for prey. While their main diet includes rodents and small animals, they won't hesitate to dive at anything they perceive as a threat to their nest, including humans. These birds are known for aerial ambushes, using speed and claws to attack intruders with shocking aggression. Hikers and workers near nesting sites have been clawed and bloodied, especially during breeding season. The hawk's sharp talons can easily puncture skin, and once they've targeted someone, they can loop back for more. Unlike most wildlife that flees when approached, red-tailed hawks defend their territory like it's personal. They're bold, protective, and absolutely relentless once provoked. Number 5. Emu. Emus aren't just flightless, they're fierce when they need to be. Native to Australia, these massive birds can outrun most humans, clocking speeds over 30 miles per hour. They're tall, lean, and built like athletes, but it's their legs you need to worry about. Sharp claws on their feet give them a deadly kick, one strong enough to injure or even kill. And no, they don't just use that power on predators. Human attacks have happened, especially when someone gets too close during breeding season or tries to feed them. In 2009 alone, over 100 emu-related attacks were reported in Australia. What makes it worse is their unpredictability. One minute they're calm, the next they're charging. They don't fly, but they'll chase, stomp, and claw their way through anything in their path. Don't be fooled by their odd appearance or goofy reputation. They're wild animals with instincts that don't include warnings. Give them space. They're not out to be your friend. Number 4. Great horned owl. Nocturnal, silent, and equipped with talons that act like meat hooks, the great horned owl isn't your cozy backyard visitor. It's one of the most aggressive owl species in North America, and when it strikes, you won't hear a thing coming. These owls patrol their territory at night, diving at anything they see as a threat to their nest or young. What makes them especially dangerous is their grip strength. Their claws can crush bone and latch onto prey with a hold that's nearly impossible to break. Documented attacks on humans have occurred, especially when hikers or climbers get too close without realizing it. They've also been seen attacking other owls, even larger birds, just to keep dominance. With a wingspan over 4 feet and the ability to hunt silently in pitch-black conditions, they don't give fair warnings, they ambush. So while they may look majestic, perched under moonlight, stepping into their territory uninvited is a real risk. Number 3. Australian magpie. In Australia, magpies aren't just background noise, they're a full-blown seasonal threat. Each year during nesting season, these birds go from ordinary to straight-up hostile. Swooping down on anyone they view as a threat, they've become infamous for their pinpoint attacks on cyclists, joggers, and unsuspecting pedestrians. The worst part? They're shockingly accurate. Helmets won't always save you either. Magpies have been known to claw right through them or aim for the eyes. Unlike their European relatives, the Australian magpie is heavier, faster, and more aggressive. Their attacks can cause injuries serious enough to require stitches or even surgery. Some areas now put up warning signs during swooping season, and locals have invented bizarre defenses, like sticking zip ties on bike helmets to keep the birds from landing. But none of it guarantees safety. Once a magpie locks onto you, there's no negotiating. It's territorial, protective, and fully committed to the dive bomb. It's not a cute bird that sings songs. Number 2. Giant petrel. Giant petrels may not look threatening at first glance, but ask anyone familiar with them, and you'll get one clear warning. Don't get too close. These large seabirds are scavengers by nature, known to feast on anything from fish to full animal carcasses. But what makes them seriously off-putting is their revolting defense tactic. When they feel threatened, they projectile vomit an oily, foul-smelling substance right at the target. And it's not just gross, it's sticky, acidic, and can ruin feathers, clothing, or gear in seconds. Found in the Southern Ocean and surrounding sub-Antarctic islands, giant petrels are aggressive when protecting nests or competing for food. They've been documented chasing off other seabirds and even harassing seals. Their sheer size and no-nonsense attitude make them one of the more unpredictable birds out there. If you stumble across one, especially during nesting season, back off. We say just this to you. Number 1. Harpy eagle. There's nothing soft about the harpy eagle. Its name might sound like a mythical creature, and honestly, it lives up to that kind of power. With talons nearly the same length as a grizzly bear's claws, this eagle doesn't mess around. It's one of the largest and most powerful raptors on Earth, and it doesn't just rely on size. It has the strength to snatch full-grown monkeys and sloths right out of the trees. Unlike other birds of prey that soar for miles, harpy eagles stay tucked into rainforest canopies, silently stalking prey from branch to branch. Their wingspan stretches beyond 6 feet, and their grip can crush bone. They've got serious stealth, unmatched focus, and brutal precision. One wrong step into their territory, and you're not walking away unscathed. Harpies don't go out of their way to attack humans, but if you end up near their nest, you just became a potential threat, and they don't hesitate. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.